Have you ever found yourself wondering about the journey your chicken meat takes before it ends up on your dinner table? The process of chicken meat production is a fascinating one that involves various stages, techniques, and technologies. From the moment the chickens are hatched to the point where the meat is packaged and shipped out to retailers, there is a complex system in place that ensures the quality and safety of the final product. In this video, we will take a closer look at how chicken meat is made in factories. We will delve into the different stages of production, from the hatchery to the broiler house, through to the processing plant and the packaging of the meat. Our aim is to provide an engaging and informative overview of the process, so you can understand how your favorite chicken dishes are made. So join us as we explore the exciting world of chicken meat production in factories. The process of chicken meat production begins at the hatchery, where fertilized eggs are incubated and hatched into chicks. These chicks are then transported to the broiler house, which is a specially designed facility for raising chickens for meat production. In the broiler house, the chickens are provided with the necessary care and conditions to ensure optimal growth and health. The house is equipped with ventilation, temperature control, and feeding and watering systems to ensure that the chickens have access to fresh air, water, and food. The house is also designed to provide the chickens with sufficient space to move around and exercise, as this is essential for their physical development. During their stay in the broiler house, the chickens are monitored closely for signs of disease or injury. If any issues are detected, the necessary steps are taken to ensure the health and well-being of the birds. The chickens are also given a specially formulated diet to promote their growth and provide them with the necessary nutrients. Interestingly, the broiler house environment is designed to mimic the natural conditions that the chickens would experience in the wild. This is done to reduce stress levels and ensure that the chickens grow in a healthy and natural way. For example, the lighting in the house is adjusted to mimic natural daylight, and the chickens are given a dark period at night to encourage rest. Overall, the broiler house is an important stage in the chicken meat production process, as it sets the foundation for the quality and health of the chickens. Through careful monitoring, attention to detail, and adherence to strict regulations and standards, the chickens are raised in a way that promotes their growth and well-being, and ultimately produces high-quality meat for consumers. Once the chickens have reached the appropriate weight and size in the broiler house, they are transported to the processing plant for the next stage of production. The processing plant is a highly regulated facility that is designed to handle large volumes of chickens and ensure that the meat is processed safely and efficiently. At the processing plant, the chickens are caught and restrained before being stunned, which renders them unconscious and reduces their pain and distress during the slaughtering process. The stunning process is carefully monitored to ensure that it is performed correctly and that the chickens are not subjected to unnecessary suffering. After the stunning process, the chickens are slaughtered and the blood is drained from their bodies. The carcasses are then transferred to the evisceration line, where the internal organs are removed, and the carcasses are cleaned and inspected for quality. The evisceration process is also carefully monitored to ensure that the meat is processed safely and that there is no risk of contamination or disease. During the inspection process, the chicken carcasses are graded based on their quality and appearance. The grading system is designed to ensure that only high-quality meat is allowed to proceed to the next stage of production. Any carcasses that do not meet the required standards are removed and disposed of appropriately. Once the inspection process is complete, the chicken meat is ready for further processing. The meat is cut into various portions, including breasts, wings, thighs, and drumsticks, using specialized cutting and deboning machines. These machines are designed to maximize efficiency and ensure that the meat is cut accurately and uniformly. The different cuts of meat are then packaged and labeled for distribution to retailers and restaurants. The packaging process is designed to ensure that the meat is protected from contamination and spoilage during transportation and storage. The packaged meat is then stored in temperature-controlled facilities to maintain its freshness and quality. It is worth noting that the processing plant is subject to strict regulations and standards to ensure that the meat produced is safe for human consumption. The plant is regularly inspected by regulatory bodies to ensure that it complies with these regulations and standards. In conclusion, the processing stage is a crucial part of the chicken meat production process. It ensures that the meat is processed safely and efficiently, and that it meets the required standards for quality and appearance. Through careful monitoring, adherence to regulations and standards, and the use of specialized equipment, the processing plant plays a significant role in producing high-quality chicken meat for consumers. After the chicken meat has been processed and packaged, it is ready to be distributed to retailers and restaurants for consumption. In this stage of the production process, the meat is prepared for cooking and consumption by consumers. The first step in preparing the meat for consumption is storage. The packaged meat is stored in temperature-controlled facilities to maintain its freshness and quality. This ensures that the meat is safe for consumption and that it remains fresh until it reaches the consumer. When the meat is ready to be cooked, it is typically sold in various forms, including fresh, frozen, or cooked. The meat is prepared in different ways, depending on the type of dish being cooked. For example, chicken breasts are often pan-fried, roasted, or grilled, while chicken wings are often deep-fried or grilled. The different cuts of meat are also processed in various ways to create different products. For example, chicken meat can be ground and formed into patties for use in burgers, or it can be breaded and fried to create chicken nuggets or strips. Before the meat is sold to consumers, it undergoes a final inspection to ensure that it is safe for consumption and meets the required standards for quality and appearance. This inspection is typically performed by regulatory bodies, such as the USDA, to ensure that the meat is safe for human consumption. Once the meat has passed the final inspection, it is packaged and labeled for sale to retailers and restaurants. The packaging is designed to protect the meat from contamination and spoilage during transportation and storage. When consumers purchase chicken meat from a retailer or restaurant, they are typically provided with information about the product, including its source, nutritional value, and preparation instructions. This information is designed to help consumers make informed decisions about their food choices and ensure that they prepare the meat safely and correctly. Overall, preparing chicken meat for consumption involves various processes, from storage and packaging to cooking and serving. Through careful monitoring, adherence to regulations and standards, and the use of specialized equipment, the meat is processed and prepared in a way that ensures its safety and quality. This allows consumers to enjoy high-quality chicken meat dishes that are delicious and nutritious. While the chicken meat production process is designed to ensure the safety and quality of the meat, it is not without its ethical and environmental concerns. As consumers become more aware of the impact of their food choices, there is increasing scrutiny on the chicken meat industry's practices and their impact on animals and the environment. One of the main ethical concerns in the chicken meat industry is the treatment of the birds. While the broiler house environment is designed to mimic natural conditions, there are still concerns about the welfare of the birds. Some animal rights groups have raised concerns about the cramped conditions in which the birds are raised, and the use of antibiotics and growth hormones to promote their growth. There is also concern about the treatment of the birds during transportation and the stunning and slaughtering process. Another concern is the environmental impact of the chicken meat industry. The production of chicken meat requires a significant amount of resources, including water, land, and feed. This has led to concerns about the impact of the industry on the environment, including deforestation, soil erosion, and pollution from animal waste. To address these concerns, some chicken meat producers are implementing more sustainable and ethical practices. For example, some producers are using more natural and sustainable feed options, such as insects and plant-based sources, to reduce the industry's reliance on traditional feed sources, such as soy and corn. Other producers are implementing more humane treatment of the birds, such as providing them with more space and reducing their exposure to antibiotics and hormones.